Note: for this CREEPYPASTA reading, Spinelli's voice will be portrayed by text-to-speech. I really don't appreciate what Mr. Fox did to me years ago. He robbed one of my friend's companies, made a big one plenty ever. At the city I live in had to pay a super huge bill due to damages of buildings and more. What was I thinking not letting Mr. Fox do it appreciates him? This really isn't quite a story about the damages to my town. There's a lost episode of Recess that I must explain to you all. It was somewhat funny and kind of dark. To start this off, my name is Franklin Bean. No, it's not Mr. Bean, you know, the comedian. I'm a man who worked for an alcoholic cider factory and much more. My wife divorced me after I forgot to take care of the basement to hold on the cider. It literally ended up with me catching Mr. Fox stealing it and getting away with the whole situation. I now had to marry a sweet baby named Alice. She went to Wonderland before, told me all about her adventures. Pretty sure you were getting tired of the chit chat. Well, guess what? I'll just explain everything about the lost episode as I said. One day we decided to move out of England and start a life in America. After moving here, I decided to visit the Goodwill store to see what's interesting and exciting. I made my way to the VHS section and got some videotapes about Blues Clues and plenty of her. But I got myself some new furniture and helped myself move in a little more. I met up with someone by the name of Mr. Krabs. He owned a restaurant called the Krusty Krab and was planning to move his restaurant up into the world so he could get more money to buy a carnival, plenty of her. I asked him how life was and he told me that it was A-okay. That's when he handed me a videotape that had a picture of the Recess Gang on it. The VHS was titled All Alone and It's Fun. Mr. Krabs claimed that it was a lost episode of the show, and it was meant to be the fourth season beginning. But the creators of the show decided to scrap it and keep it private and wanted the tapes managed to get out of the vault. I got what I needed and I headed to checkout. The two store clerks that checked out my stuff were named Julie and Annabelle. They told me that they owned a garden and they lived with each other. The name was purchased and I went home to watch this episode. But Alice was a huge fan of the show and she did not want me to watch Recess in front of her. So I waited for the coast till the coast was clear. Later that evening, I took my TV VCR combo and the tape itself with me to my workshop, where it has an outlet, and inserted the Hippy Dippy Bologna VHS in it. The Recess intro started to play as I got myself a root beer and a pepperoni pizza hot pocket and sat back. The episode title was the same on the case. It's not the case. It started with one of the characters named Ashley Spinelli, sleeping in bed until the alarm went off. She got up and decided what she should wear. She usually wears what she normally wears in the show. Then Spinelli went down and saw that her family was in the house. She looked at the clocks, thinking they were wrong. Then Spinelli checked to see if they were still sleeping, but they were not. They were completely gone. Before we continue, I want to tell you that I forgot to make a text-to-speech line for this next quote that I'm about to say. Spinelli's voice. Spinelli began to realize that the entire town people were gone too. She soon realized this and said, "Everyone lives in the vicinity of 3rd Street, so I'm free!" She walks out of her school and goes to the cafeteria to pick up some breakfast. Spinelli ate some pancakes and the sides of bacon, eggs, sausages, hash browns, and for a drink, some OJ. Then she decides to go to sit on the kid in the playground's chair. She liked how it was cool to see the view. After that, Spinelli decides to use the gym changing rooms to have a shower. Spinelli came home from school, turned on the TV, and watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force. In the episode what she was watching, Shank found like a beef waterer at a farm about to milk the crap out of a cow. A time card appeared and read the next day. Spinelli has a shower in her own house to get ready for the day. Then she heads out to school and decides to imitate other people such as Guru Kid and the Ashleys. But things took quite a dark turn. While Spinelli was mocking the Ashleys, she got cut off as her face turned to a pale expression. This is what Spinelli said.
"What have I done? I know that I'm not dreaming. This is all real."
Then she started to grow tears from her eyes and went outside, pursuing that she was going to cry. I was correct. The next scene showed Spinelli walking to the courtyard, kneeling down on her knees. Next, she said something that automatically came from Alice in Wonderland.
"Well, I went along my merry way, and I never stopped to reason. I should have known there'd be a price to pay, someday. Someday. I give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. Will I ever learn to do the things I should?
Then she really started to cry as water filled the eyes. I watched the scene for over 2 minutes till it showed like school buses pulling up to the front of the school, pursuing that everyone was coming back. And I was right. TJ, Vince, Mikey, Gretchen, and Gus were walking down the halls of the school, someone that looked like George Clooney. I got automatically tell by his voice it really was Mr. Clooney. He had a coat on with some glasses in his eyes. TJ opens the door to see that Billy's on the floor crying. The rest of the gang see what's going on. Billy stops crying only to recognize that everyone came back. She gives them a hug and apologizes that she will not afraid any kid on the playground again. Then Mr. Clooney claimed that the reason everyone disappeared was because it would be National No Spinelli Day. That was when I completely took the tape out. It transitioned to show the Ashleys taking their swimsuits off and then showing their completely new bodies. I took the VHS away from the player. I was considering smashing it, but I decided to wait till Alice went to work. I slipped my mind by going back to the Goodwill. Well, you can imagine. You can try to imagine how I watched my life weave for work. I marched to the entrance of the first store until I walked by General Asquith. He worked for the army and he asked me how my day was. I wasn't feeling that great after seeing that tape. I went straight to Goodwill and demanded to know the meaning of this godforsaken tape. I started sending tape on the counter where Julie and Annabelle were. What the fuck is this shit? I yelled to Julie and Annabelle. They turned around, revealing a terrible look on them. They looked horrible. They looked like they hadn't showered in 2 weeks. I wonder what happened to them after cherub wings. They had warts and scars all over their bodies, and they were dressed like Frankie Foster from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends and Alana from Charlie and Lola. You see, Franklin, Julie said, leering at me, people are like onions. I began to shudder. And onions have layers. She took out a potato peeler and lunged at me. I took out the VHS and she stabbed the potato peeler and she stabbed the DVD, the VHS slipcase, the source of its his her power, probably. Julie and Annabelle exploded into memes on paper and I was kicked out of the Goodwill. But it's okay, because I was immediately detained by the United States government and given a coupon for KFC. A few days later, I got a letter at my door. If I could read my glasses, I would have known that it said that the Ashleys were coming to my house for a special exclusive recess tour of my living room. But I didn't know that when I opened my door, the Ashleys were staying there, happy smirk. What they said next sent a shiver up my spine. Scandalous! Scandalicious! They smiled even more. They started taking their hairbrush hair supplies and started turning me into a girl. I looked weird. I looked a lot like Mikon Shiratori from Sailor Moon. Then another knock on the door was heard. This time it was my friend Isaiah Vargas, and he had a gun in his hand, claiming that he was going to kill the crap out of those girls who gave me a makeover. After he left, I heard the sound of the queen of bees buzzing in my living room. She told me that I should have never watched that tape because this would happen. I drove myself away from the house due to all of this. I ended up on a road near a farm. I met some people by the names of David Tennant and Kit Secor. Mr. Tennant said his daughter was adopted and he punched me in the face and stole my car, leaving me alone in the road with no means of getting home. The end. Hey, I was originally going to do some cooking, but then I decided not to, so I went to buy some fast food. I hope you enjoy this